Alright guys, welcome back. So today's video we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing full art trainer cards. That could be like SIRs and much more. SIRs will not really be shown in this video. It will mainly be the ultra rares from Sword and Shield and from the newest era, Scarlet and Violet. So I put together some of the cards that I think will either go up in value or will go down. Close to the end is when we'll get to the cards that will go up, go down, and much more. We will also be looking at one specific card of 3 months up to a year of how their value has changed. So please remember, guys, to like, subscribe, comment, favorite, share, because we will be making this banger all day long. I cannot wait to share you guys my opinions and thoughts on what cards will and probably will not go up in value. Most of these cards will be big bummers during the 2024 season. I do feel like 2024 will have a new possible entrance for Pokemon in 2024, a brand new whole era, brand new whole journey that I just cannot wait to see. Personally, some of the SIRs from Cyber Judge and all of them are some of the best, and probably, if I'm not gonna lie, Bianca from the Cyber Judge has been getting a lot of recognition, so we could see that be the next Lily. We haven't seen a Lily card like that since the Sun and Moon era. That has gone up in like $400, so I cannot wait to see if that's a card that might hold its value more than the Charizard did. But we'll have to see when it actually comes out. We'll see if it keeps its value just for one day. So yeah, let's get into it, everybody. Moving on, we have Barry. Barry's not going to be one of those cards to look for in 2024. It's a good card to collect, a beautiful design, but the value of it's only $1.09. So I don't see this card being one of those you should invest in, because again, even if you were to pull this out of a booster box or a pack, you're still not even going to get your money's back worth of it just on a pack, let alone a booster box. It's like $200. So Barry, I just don't feel like it's going to be one that you should invest in, look for, be happy about pulling. I mean, if you love your full art trainers, collecting them, yeah, it's good to have, but it's not one I would recommend because it's just so decreased in value, has such a low value for a card like that. Moving on, we have Paldean Student, which is even worse. These cards are so easy to pull in the Scarlet and Violet Paldean Fates. That's why the value is so low in these, is because it's so high. It's like such a high pull rate for getting either one of the Paldean Students. I can't tell you how many how many ETBs I've bought where I've pulled so many of these in them. I'm telling you, this is just not going to work out. It's 66 cents for this card. This is kind of like the Palmy illustration rare, which is going for about 60 cents as well. But Paldean Student, I just see this being one of the lowest cards in Paldean Fates, and even the lowest card in many, many years. So yeah, moving on with the next Paldean Student. This one's a little bit more rarer to pull. I've had more of the other one to pull than I've had this one of pulls, but this one is still a pretty high pull rate of pulling, so I'm not going to say this is going to be a good card to invest in, because again, it's so easy to pull that investing in this card would be kind of worthless, because this card is already one of the most, easier cards to pull than what some of the other ones are. Some of the other ones take more packs to pull. These in particular don't take too much to pull. These are just, kind of interesting cards, when it comes to design. But 70 cents for this card is still pretty low. Many for, ultra rare cards like these are also very low. Look at the Iono, for an example. That ultra rare is going for about $30. This one, on the other hand, you could just see the big difference. It's 60 cents. It wrote 70 cents. So you can already tell it's not one to invest in. Next up, we have Phoebe. Phoebe, I don't understand why so many people are crushing on Phoebe, loving Phoebe. I don't know. I feel like this card is just super extremely inappropriate because the way she's dressed and stuff. It's going for $12.26. That should already tell you enough. This card is mainly more than this is from Battle Styles, and this is more than some of the is mainly more expensive than some of the rarest cards to pull, aka the rarest cards to pull. It's not just Phoebe. Phoebe literally passed up an alternate art in Battle Styles. So that can already tell you the value is pretty high in there. So yeah, I don't see Phoebe being an expensive card, during this year. Definitely because Bianca is coming out, so the hype for this card, the wanting to pull it, might still be up there, but it's not going to be at $12. I feel like might be like maybe 8 or 7, which is more reasonable for her design. I think it's an ugly design. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a cool concept, but it's a cool concept gone wrong. We've seen a lot of those in the Pokemon history, of the Pokemon TCG history. We've seen a lot of designs gone wrong, like the Charizard EX SIR. So personally, Phoebe is just not going to be one I would recommend. I'm sorry, I just don't recommend this card for anybody. This is one of the cards I'm talking about, Bianca. That might be the next Iono, whatever, next card. I'm hoping this might be the next Loey. I can't wait to see. We also have Judge. Judge is one that was said by PokeRev and many other channels saying that this card is pretty easy to pull. Therefore, easier cards to pull will have an easier pull rate, aka easier pull rate, of course, because it's easier to pull, and will have a bad value because most of the cards that are easy to pull will not have a value that is a good one. This card's go for right now around $1.33. So depending on where you get it, it might be a little bit higher, as many other people want to make a profit off of it, so they might rise the price a little bit higher than usual. But to be honest, I love the design of Judge. I just don't see this card being the biggest card out of the whole set, nor do I see this card being one of the biggest ultra rares that we've seen. Definitely not bigger than the Iono. BD, this was the first Rainbow Rare of the Rainbow Rare Trainer cards. We love the Rainbow Rare Trainer cards. This card is actually go for around $3.33. So the value should either be popping up or I just missed it already. But I do love BD. It's a cool design, a cool concept with the whole full art trainer, Rainbow Rares. But I just don't see this card being the biggest anytime soon. I definitely see this card going down in value in less than a couple of months, because every era comes out after this will go down in value for sure. I cannot believe it's been 4 years since that card, in my opinion. I cannot believe it's already 2024. We have Dancer. Dancer's a good one. Dancer's a really amazing. It's a cool concept. Again, a lot of these are cool concepts gone wrong. Mainly reasons to why it's gone wrong was for the value. It's going for $1.06. So it's not going to be one I would recommend. I mean, all of these are going down. I just don't recommend. If you're looking for good value, this one is just not it. I feel like the value reasons is one of the reasons you should not invest in these cards, because they're so bad to invest in. The value is so low in them. They just don't really have a good, anything anymore. So next one is gonna be kind of shocking. The Miriam Ultra Rare. This Miriam, I do see a new low for this. $10.49. This is already lower than the Phoebe, which that does mean that the Phoebe is already gonna go down. So is Miriam. Miriam makes more sense. We already see her SIR going down. It only makes sense if her Ultra Rare version goes down. I mean, just like Iono SIR, that went down, the Ultra Rare version of her card went down too. So it only makes sense. So the Miriam one we're looking at, so the lowest I seen it go for was down there by $7. The highest was around $11 for the 6 months. For the past 6 months, the highest I saw was around $16. The lowest I saw was between $5. And then it went up in, money. So yeah. Now, for the past year, that's the highest I saw it go for. Highest and lowest. So yeah, I think this card, had a good run. I think it's time to quit that running time. Most likely to go up, Melanie, Tulip, and Erica's Invitation. Most likely to hit a new high is Melanie. I love that design so much. Most likely to hit a new low, Phoebe, Barry, and Miriam, like we said. Most likely to be forgotten is Paldean Student and Paldean Student as well again. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.